this video I'm going to show how to replace the fuel filter on your AirDog pump. Now there's two parts on the AirDog fuel pump. One is a water separator and then the other one's the filter. The filter looks like this, and that it does not have that component on the bottom here to drain the water. Okay. Other thing to point your attention to is there is a size here, and this is the typical one that is used 2 micron, but there are other ones. I think you can use a little bit higher number if you're in like freezing conditions or icing conditions or other things like that. But in any case, there are other options. Something to get the old one off. They're not supposed to be super tight. They're supposed to be hand tight, but you know, I do find they're a little bit hard to get off. These ones are good, but they can damage things, so this is a nice option as well. And then keep in mind, fuel will keep flowing through that system unless it is blocked up. So in the inlet fuel line, you need something to kind of clamp that fuel hose off with. Now they do have atraumatic clamps to do that, which are great, but you know, we don't need to be fancy here. Actually, vice grips with a little bit of rubber or cardboard or something just to keep it from wrecking the hose is just fine. Okay, so let's get Alright, so I got the vehicle secured with wheel chocks there. You want to be careful that way. And then I'm underneath looking at the unit here, and there's two pieces. So this is the water separator, which is a good policy to go ahead and just drain that while you're underneath here, just by rotating that and draining it into an oil pan or something like that. Get that extra water out. Every once in a while it is good to replace that as well, because those can get clogged. And then the one on the right hand side here, the one without anything on the bottom, that is the actual filter. Okay, now go ahead and get that removed after I clamp off my hose there, and I'll use a little bit of the residual fuel from that filter and fill the new one. A little bit of grease or oil on that O-ring is important, and then something just to hold it upright while you get that fuel in there so it doesn't spill all over the place. Okay? Alright, so now that new filter is installed there, and basically what you want to do is you want to get that so that seal is seated and then go 3/4 of a turn. So you don't want to go crazy on that, but if it's not tight enough, it'll leak as well. And then next step, we'll go ahead and just drain some of the water out of here. That's done just by rotating this knob here until you get some output there. And then you just drain enough to make sure you got any water that might have collected in that system drained, and then tighten that back up a decent amount. Then get everything cleaned up. Important to do that, because if you don't, you leave a bunch of drips on there from the job, you won't be able to distinguish between leaks and between what was there from when you were taking everything apart. Okay, so we'll get this back on the road and everything moving, and just let me know if you got any questions or comments. Appreciate you checking out the video, and please like and subscribe.